Remember that time Bruce Willis used to wear 5 earrings? We do. We saw Hudson Hawk, so you know what that means.
Now it's time for How Did This Get Made? We're gonna have a good time, celebrate some failure, not just be a hater, cause you know you wonder, how did this get made? Let's wallow in the mediocrity of subpar art. Perhaps we'll find the answer to the question, how did this get made?
Hello, people of Earth, and welcome to How Did This Get Made? I am Paul Scheer, joined as always by my 2 co-hosts, Jason Mantzoukas. How are you, Jason?
I'm good, Paul. How are you?
Very good. And Miss June Diane Raphael. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Thanks,
Okay,
Paul.
great. As always, we have a very special guest with us.
That's interesting. Miss June Diane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Just like her
interesting.
Twitter handle.
MS, you got that right.
Yeah, okay,
you got
cool.
that right.
Cool. I'm just
that's
sussing that out for
absolutely
myself.
We have a very special guest today. You know her from her podcast, The Indoor Kids, all about video games. It's awesome. Please welcome Emily Gordon. Welcome, Emily.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
I like the one hand clap.
I know. It was right there.
And you're
One.
here.
You gotta clap. You gotta.
Yay.
I'll say this: very few claps ever happen.
We never give a
Oh,
clap.
really?
That's, yeah.
It wasn't like not a clap.
You didn't make
That
a
was
conscious
just
choice.
No,
Yeah,
that
not
was
clap.
the most that anyone's got.
Well, then
It
you
really
guys
was.
get the clap.
It really was like I like. You should appreciate that Paul had an involuntary response, which was to applaud your being here, and that June and I looked at him and said, "What are you doing?" No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, they
please
were not
cut
going to
it.
give it up.
We don't want you to get too cocky.
Yeah, I'd be like, I love LA. How's LA doing tonight? Anybody smoke weed? And then just see what I can get from that. I love cheap applause.
Guys, let's talk about this movie because, first of all, what the hell is it? Is it a comedy? Is it a mystery? Is it an action movie? A drama? A musical?
I think it's a cartoon that is just with real people in it. That's what
Well,
I
there's
landed
lots
on.
of like very Looney Tunes, like head bonks,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
like whenever stuff like punches and stuff, it's very like the
effects.
sound effects are crazy.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
I couldn't quite tell, though, if that was a decision made before, like after the movie was shot, because
Or
I
did
don't
Bruce
think
Willis
so, and
write
here's
them in?
why. I
Because
think-
he wrote this movie.
And
Yes.
I
He
think
did.
they were already in because if you'll remember the scene where, by the way, I have no idea what happens in this movie. I just wrote down words like
Yeah.
Mario Brothers, Mayflowers, Da Vinci. Like, I do not know the plot of this movie. But there's one scene where someone punches him and he sort of folds in two.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he comes back up and then he folds again.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
like the
And goes back
paralysis scene. There's
Yeah.
a lot of
Paralysis scene.
physical comedy that is
Yes.
very kind of.
So I think that's the tone they were going
I think so
for.
too.
I agree.
I will say that everything about this movie is like a vanity project gone horribly wrong.
Yes.
Because I don't think anyone was on the same page. I feel like Bruce Willis was doing something and everyone else was doing something too. And we were talking about this before this started. Like, I think everyone was committing 100%.
Oh, yeah.
There was
Everybody tried really hard.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
were
and
working.
everybody I felt like was like, you know what? We're really nailing it. I felt like Richard E. Grant and Sandra Bernhard.
Oh,
I felt
of
like
course.
James Coburn. I felt like everybody was like, you know what? We're fucking killing
David
this.
Caruso killed it so hard.
David
in this movie.
Caruso was unbelievable.
like, that
and by
can't
that,
possibly
I mean
be.
he was horrible.
David Caruso plays a mute named Kit Kat,
Of course.
who is working for the CIA. All the CIA characters have candy bar names. We can get into that later.
Or not.
Or not.
Who gives a fuck?
I think that's it. I think that's all you need to hear.
I keep on.
Not only do they have candy bar names, but they are all eating the candy bars they are named after
Constantly.
at the auction. Their introduction, before they are named, their introduction is he looks around and notices there are 5 people eating candy bars in an auction where there are also like 5 shakes.
But I thought that that's how they got their names.
No, well, they had other names
No.
before,
No,
and then they
I know they
renamed
had
them.
other
So you might be
names,
right.
but
Maybe
I
that's because
thought
it's their
that-
preference
exactly.
of candy. I
Like-
think you might
But
be
then
right.
they
Oh.
still have to eat them?
They don't
it's their
have to.
favorite.
It's just like that's the candy they like.
Guess what? If you're an undercover CIA agent at an incredibly fancy $100 million auction, guess what you don't do? Pull out store-bought candy and start chomping on it like you're a goddamn
At least it's
asshole.
Lindor truffles. At least have it be Lindor
Yeah,
truffles.
yeah, like a
Come on,
Ferrero
Ferrero
Rocher.
Rocher. The
You
guy.
guys know
I
your
love,
candy.
I love that that's the fanciest
know.
candy in the world to us.
That and Toblerone, the classic candy.
Absolutely.
Oh my
Toblerone.
God, those are the candies that like your parents brought you back from like the duty-free shop
Yes.
when they
Some-
went on an international
All
trip.
airport candy.
And sometimes an Andy's Mint. But let me ask you a question about Kit Kat, because Kit Kat's defining CIA trait is that he dresses up as
He's a mimic, yeah.
a mimic,
What?
but he's not a good mimic. He doesn't
He's
look
not
like
only a mimic, but he's an incidental mimic. Like he just incidentally arrives on the scene wearing exactly what one of the two people in the scene is wearing. Either Bruce Willis or
It
the one that
doesn't serve
truly blew my
his
mind is
purpose at all.
when he was dressed as Andie MacDowell.
Yeah.
Yes.
When he shows up, when he escorts her out in Italy in a matching red dress and a wig like hers. How could he have known? What is this movie?
The CIA is like, so are you going to be Andie MacDowell at any point?
No. He's like, oh, this will be fun. I'll dress up like the people we're working with, but I'm not going to use that to any advantage,
No
tactical
CIA
advantage.
None of
tactical
it.
advantage, yeah.
The only thing he does to any advantage is say to Bruce Willis via card, because he doesn't speak,
Yes.
watch out for the blue wire.
Right, and by the way, so he has to communicate through business cards, but the business cards are so utterly specific.
And they're pre-typed.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're
You
already
Guys,
typed
that's
out.
the
They're already
bit.
typed.
That's the bit.
There's so much in this movie that, like, it's like there are pieces of this movie that have a toys-like logic towards
Yes.
the movie.
For
Yes.
sure.
That is completely unfounded and unwarranted. Like toys lived in a fantasy world and everything obeyed
Do
that
you mean
reality.
like how when they fall out of the sky, they land on chairs?
Oh, yes, one. Or when they jump off of like a 2-story building and land on a marble,
Yes.
marble like slab.
Really hard. It looks
really hard.
really
They're just
hard.
like totally fine.
But it's juxtaposed with scenes of brutal violence.
Yep.
Yeah.
People getting shot in the
Heads
head.
cut off.
Oh,
heads cut off.
Yep.
Like it's like they didn't stick that landing. Like I'm okay
Yes.
with a
Yeah.
Three Stooges movie, but never in the Three Stooges do you see someone get their heads cut off.
I felt like Bruce Willis was like, let's do Die Hard with Three Stooges plus Bugs Bunny plus Da Vinci plus the Vatican. Andie MacDowell's a nun, and I get to sing a song.
It feels like they were writing this movie on set. Like, hey, we'll sing a song now.
Yep.
Yeah, put it in new script pages.
Because guess what cat burglars should be doing while they're robbing
Making
an
lots of
auction
noise.
house
Lots
is
of noise.
audibly singing.
Yeah. This is my theory. My
Yes.
theory of the movie is that Bruce Willis has a band called Bruce Willis and the Accelerators.
Oh, I had the album
Thank you very
when
much.
I was a kid.
I mean, what's the
Return of Bruno.
Yeah. And my theory is that he wanted to make a movie where he could sing and yet not have it be like a quote unquote fruity musical.
Oh,
and
you're-
so he was like, I need to make an action movie,
But
maybe
then
put
there's
some humor
not
in.
enough singing.
I agree. I could
Well,
have used more.
Did you
I'll
get?
tell you what, I enjoyed that scene.
The
Do you
first
like
one?
Swing on a Star.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Swing on a Star, yeah.
Yeah. It actually was
I
quite
enjoyed that
enjoyable,
scene.
even though it didn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yes.
It's not. Oh, heavens no.
But I
heavens.
did think, here's the thing, and I enjoyed the concept
Yes.
that they would time the robbery because they knew the length of certain songs.
I agree with you on this, but I'm going to just throw one wrench into this. That would require them to sing the entire time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
Together.
Which
Yeah.
they don't do.
They stop for harmonies,
Yep.
or they stop for solos. So if I'm in another side of the museum and I'm
yeah.
just pausing,
You're still
how-
counting at
yeah,
that point.
I guess
yeah.
yeah.
I think they're still counting.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're still counting.
Regardless,
Beating it out.
though, it would be one thing if they both put on a little transistor radio headset and listened
Yes.
to the song.
Yeah.
But they are singing out loud while cat burgling.
and dancing.
Oh, and
And
dancing.
dancing.
By the way, I'm going to say one thing before I play this clip of them actually singing because I think you need to hear it. This movie is based on a song.
What?
Yes.
Come again.
Bruce Willis wrote this movie. It was based on a song that him and this guy, I believe Robert Kraft is his name, they wrote a song together called
Crafty?
Hudson. Yes.
Oh, called Hudson Hawk. That's
called
right.
Hudson
Because
Hawk.
it's the one that plays over the end credits.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
so
horrible.
so basically that song bred this movie.
my
now
God.
here's a song. Now here's them singing. Let's take a listen.
He does have a nice singing
He does.
If you like someone whispering a song,
I do. I do. Okay.
I guess I do too.
And so they do this long musical. They do this long sequence. Now here's my issue with that sequence. It was a kind of, again, I agree, cool premise.
Great.
That they know the beats and everything like that. But then Bruce Willis is the sloppiest cat burglar because not only does he rob the safe, but then he leaves everything open and really unattended.
Very unattended.
Very unattended.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
no
which robbery are you talking
the
about?
first robbery.
Okay,
where,
got it.
The
Yep.
horse, right?
Oh, by the way, they're robbing a place. that they're robbing a gallery that behind their famous paintings they have a safe.
Yep.
Which I thought was a weird touch.
That's what paintings are. They just are covers for safe. That's
Well,
all
that's
the
the thing.
paintings are.
museums, they would be a
Museums,
painting and then behind
Well,
the
you know
Mona
that
Lisa is a great safe.
most museums have upwards of 2,000 safes in the walls.
That's all. And it's just
because
like
it's just behind every painting is a safe.
yeah, it's like a safety deposit box, but it's an arty
Yeah,
deposit
there may not
box.
be anything in them,
No,
but they're
no.
always
They're
safe
always
behind
there.
They are, the action in this movie is so, deeply flawed. I mean the action, like the heist specifics. Like,
Yes.
he seems so able to do everything needed in a heist within no time at all.
Yes.
He gets
Within
from
seconds.
the basement to the roof, from the roof to the gallery. He opens this. All he has to do is put a lockpick 3 inches from a lock and the door is like open. It's like, it is very bizarre how easy it is to rob the most complex organization.
He robs the Vatican at one point. Spoiler alert! And with ease, he was in there for roughly 3 to 4 minutes.
And he had roughly an hour of prep. Like,
Yes.
he got to Italy. He woke up in a giant suitcase. Excuse
Yes.
me. He woke up in a giant suitcase,
Stuffed with peanuts.
Yeah,
having
stuffed with
been
peanuts.
shipped to Italy. Why? Why did they need to ship him to Italy in a box?
Because he would have fought. He would have fought
the whole way.
But
You
why
can't
not
put him
just
in
No,
knock
he
him
was
out?
passed out.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming they put him in cargo.
Yes.
Yeah,
oh,
they
for
definitely
sure.
did.
Yeah, because he was in the
Definitely.
peanuts. He was in the packing peanuts.
Guys, what?
There would so many eyebrows would have been raised if they tried to get him.
A
through the
knocked out
airport.
Bruce Willis going
Yes.
through security?
So
You're
many
not going to get
questions
that.
would
You're not
have
going to
been
get that.
He and Danny Aiello were singing that song. He gets the horse. Then they start singing it just full throated.
Yes.
Well, then they come
They're like,
together.
job well done.
Full
We
voice.
did
Yeah.
this.
They come together and they're laughing
And they're dancing.
and they're still in the auction house.
Yeah.
They're in the middle
Right
of the
outside the
robbery.
safe.
Like he
Yes.
decides.
They're not at the end.
No,
they're in the
middle.
middle.
They have
but
not
are
escaped.
celebrating the fuck.
You have to
out
get
of
out
this.
of there. They don't know that.
They knew they had a very short time interval to get out, and they had no problem leaving the safe. Everything about also the whole plan was that this video thing would be on a loop, and at the end of 2 minutes or whatever, it would reveal
It's
itself.
not unlike in Toys.
Yes.
When
Robin Williams makes the music
video, which is also a
Is this
very
your go-to
flawed idea.
reference? Go-to
We
reference?
just watched it
Okay,
recently.
there.
and it's so full of so many amazing moments. June was unfortunately not
didn't
there.
see it.
The
Wait, you didn't see it though?
She doesn't feel like she's unfortunate.
June.
I don't think.
Oh, June.
I know.
the
It's really not good.
But you would think the idea would be we need to rob this place, and so when the video monitors come back on, everything will be back to normal. But they make a giant mess of that room.
yeah.
Huge mess.
Yeah, it's
Well, there's also a complete disregard for time.
Oh,
Okay, so for example, just in this example alone, Danny Aiello goes, "I need 5 minutes," and they go, "Perfect. Here's the song. Whatever. Bing,
Yeah.
bang, boom." Now they all
bing,
start
boom.
singing. Bing, ba, ba, doo, boo, boo. Okay, 5 minutes does not. I mean, the time is. Danny Aiello
Yes.
fucks up the VCRs.
Yes.
The whatever it is. He's the dubbing of the footage. Hey, he's mistakenly done that. He's made a mess of that. And then later, when the guy sets the bomb to go off in 2 minutes. The bomb goes off in 35 seconds.
35
Yes.
seconds, 100%.
It's counting down 2 minutes, 140, whatever, blah, 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 and then boom, it explodes.
Well, the bomb logic in this movie is insane.
yeah.
As one person gets a bomb stuck to their head
Yep.
later in the movie, and it's just by a big
it's
suction
like a
cup.
squeegee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he
You
is
could get that off.
and he could not get that off. Yeah, that would be something that you could get off.
By
a
the
human
way,
head.
if you shot that thing at
Oh,
his
yes.
head with that
would've
amount
been
of
dead.
volume, his head would have exploded instantaneously.
Concave.
or just broken his neck. I mean, the force of that 50-pound
yes.
thing.
Here's the weird
It's a
thing
gun that
about-
shoots bombs. If anybody's wondering what we're talking about,
Bomb gun.
The bad guys have one of the sets of bad guys have. We haven't explained this movie
Yeah,
at all.
no.
We haven't talked about Da Vinci. We haven't talked about.
You were great
this
as Da Vinci, by the way.
movie. How dare you? How dare
A
you?
lot of people wrote in that you look exactly like Da Vinci. We'll post a picture on the website so
How
you can see it.
dare- You know what, audience? I do not care for this. You will respect me.
I will. I'm from now on.
Picture right
From now
Wait,
on.
what? Let me see it.
Here it is. Here it is. It is an amazing
Son of a
likeness.
bitch.
Well, by the way, Da Vinci does one of those things in this movie. I'm going to talk about this a couple times. I think it does these things that bad movie tropes, and one of the things that always gets me is old characters putting on sunglasses.
Great.
Yeah.
Skateboards.
Skateboards
Yeah,
are
which
always
is definitely
welcome.
in there. I wrote down another one in here too. We'll get to it, but
one of mine was.
okay, got
Go,
it.
no, please.
Freeze frame, which turns into drawing.
I love it.
which is
Oh,
then in
yes.
the book.
Yes.
Like yes, so those are three things that I feel like if you ever see those, you know you are watching. Oh, and sorry. Oh no, that's in the next movie.
When a movie opens and like 1300 whatever, when it opens on that and it just looks like something like the corner of a Spencer Gifts that they
Yes.
somehow, I'm like, oh, I'm on board. I'm
yeah.
ready for a movie.
How
you
about
guys.
this? How about when Da Vinci enters his lab and cracks his knuckles? He like extends it. He like crack. Like let's get
By
to
the way,
work.
and by the
what
way-
was the purpose of that device for Da Vinci?
To make
alchemy.
gold. He wants to make gold, yeah.
Alchemy.
By the
Okay,
way, if you
but-
guys are guessing, this movie is
But
about
cut
alchemy.
but cut to present day. What were they using it for exactly?
Alchemy.
Same
no,
thing.
it's the same thing. They want to turn
They
lead
wanted to
into
make
gold.
Yeah.
Wait, the Richard E. Grant and Sandra Bernard?
Yeah.
They wanted to turn lead into gold so that they could world domination.
world
So they
domination.
could just control currency.
Yes.
That's exactly. It wasn't even. That's what I loved. It wasn't even like then we'll have a lot of gold. We can
That's
sell
what
it.
I
It was,
couldn't understand.
Yeah, it was like no.
to
Then
control currency and like to start sort of mass chaos.
yeah.
That
Well,
was the
I'm
end
assuming,
goal, right?
I guess so. I mean, maybe having that much gold would. Who cares?
I want to get it. First of all, their plan is a terrible plan, and I don't think even anyone knows what their plan is. I will say that Sandra Bernhard and Richard E. Grant, who are the villains in this movie, don't know a lot about gold and lead, or either the scriptwriter didn't either, because there's a scene where they put a piece of gold and a piece of lead in Bruce Willis's hand.
Yeah.
And they go, "You need to tell us the difference. They're exactly the same. How would you tell the difference?" They're not the same. The gold bar they had would weigh around 30 pounds, and the piece of lead would be about 1 pound. So that would be the
Amazing.
That's how strong Bruce Willis is.
Yeah, see,
that it doesn't mean anything to him.
This
Gold,
is what
gold is 70% denser than lead, and they also say there's only one molecule of difference between gold
Yeah.
and lead. That is also not true. That's 3 protons and 7 neutrons difference. So even the research on this movie is
Terrible.
bare bones, bad. Like that's easy to go. The difference between gold
The
and lead.
scene in the past, the Da Vinci opening scene, where you walk through Da Vinci's lab and they've got
Yes.
the gold machine
Oh,
spinning.
and Da Vinci's working on everything that he's done
Everything.
simultaneously.
All the same
the
time,
Mona
yeah.
Lisa is almost done.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Okay, hang on. We all saw that the Mona Lisa's bad teeth were also in that police officer in
Yes.
the present day, right?
Yes, uh-huh.
Wait, what?
Why?
No, I did not. I did not
Okay,
catch.
so in the
I thought they have a thing about bad
bad
teeth.
teeth or
that's
something
funny,
because
yeah.
like they did it twice within the first 5 minutes,
but never again.
never again. Anyway, okay, so I wanted to mention that, but they're in the past.
But finally, we know why. I mean, that's a funny joke.
Oh, it's
finally
hilarious.
we know
It's-
why Mona Lisa's
it's-
not smiling.
I'm
with her teeth out.
assuming Willis was
bad.
like, "Hey, we still got those fucking Mona Lisa teeth around? Throw them in this guy's mouth. This is gonna be hilarious." Anyway, so in the past they've got the gold machine spinning, and the thing zaps the whatever, and then they crack open the thing, and everybody's like, "Oh!" and everybody's speaking Italian. Everybody's
Yes.
speaking non-subtitled Italian, and somebody goes, "Oh, gold!" And I was like,
That's
there
for
is
us. That's
there
for the
is
Americans."
no way that somebody in the fucking 1300s goes, "Oh, gold!" Like it made me so mad.
The opening scene is just to basically set up the final scene, which is like, oh, and this room has everything that you'll need for our characters to play with, including a flying machine, which comes in
I was
very handy.
really excited about
Me
seeing
too.
that scene.
I had forgotten all about it.
Yeah. I was like, I can't wait for this to come. And when he spots it, I was like, oh,
yeah.
Ooh,
money
yeah.
This
shot.
is gonna be it.
Yeah.
I saw this movie on a date in high school.
Wow.
Oh wow.
And that was the only part of the movie I remembered. Was them
two of them?
flying out of the exploding building.
That is amazing. I also
And I remembered hating it.
How did
I
that date go?
Like,
was the date good?
Not very well.
Not good.
No, actually the date went totally fine. The date went fine. It was like we both were like, fuck this movie.
This is one of my mom's favorite movies. just
yeah,
so
you were
know.
saying that.
No.
Yeah. My mom has great taste in movies and also very bad taste. So she'll watch a lot of like really interesting indie movies. Like, have you seen The Flower of Dr. Nobody? And I'm like, no, I haven't seen that one yet. And she's like, oh,
Wait,
it's
you
amazing.
haven't seen Flower of Dr.
Uh,
Nobody?
No, not yet.
Oh,
beautiful,
dude.
beautiful
I
film.
know it's playing
Gorgeous,
at the whatever. But she also loves this movie and also Saving Silverman, which is a fine movie.
Oh, my
Those are
gosh.
two of her favorite movies.
Why does she love it?
I cannot get an answer.
Does she
from
love
her.
Bruce Willis? this?
She loved Moonlighting. We used to watch
Oh, okay,
Moonlighting.
Moonlighting is
together.
amazing.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah,
I love
Moonlighting.
Loved.
By the
Yeah.
way, I was just a sidetrack on a tangent here. Like How I Met Your Mother this week. Again, we have a little rivalry with How I Met Your Mother.
You know what? Fuck those guys.
Uh-oh.
How I Met Your Mother this week, were like they did a rhyming episode, and like it's never been done before. And I was like, no, Moonlighting
Yep.
did it.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
did the iambic
Yeah, they
pentameter
did
episode.
the Shakespeare, the Taming of
God.
the Shrew episode.
Yeah, so I just wanted to break that down. For a
So
second.
guess what? How I Met Your Mother. You
Boom.
guys fucked up again.
The feud continues.
You know the deal. Meet us in the parking lot.
I want to watch this. I want to watch it so bad.
HYIM meets HDG, whatever.
I'm just realizing too, like when they do that first robbery and they're so casual about it and taking so much time. He hasn't done a heist like this in a decade.
Many years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, at least 10
He's
years.
not even played
decade.
Nintendo.
Well,
He's not even played
Let's
Nintendo.
get into the Nintendo. The video game runner of this movie is insane because he's also a young guy. Like you imagine that if Bruce Willis did this movie at like 32, 33.
Yeah.
I mean, it was in 1991.
91. Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's I don't know. I'm not going to do the
little
math
bit
of that.
older.
All right.
Where does actually I don't
Right
know
after
this.
Die Hard 2.
Thank you.
So he so he's still a young man, but he plays up that he's been in jail for such a long time.
Centuries.
Like 10 years on this. And he goes, I don't even know what Nintendo is. And Nintendo comes in, Mario Brothers comes in.
Well, there was a Hudson Hawk video game.
That's exactly what I
That's what-
found
So
out
what?
today.
It was a really terrible Hudson Hawk video game, but they pushed it a lot. It was for Nintendo, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like, I
After
love
the movie was out.
Yeah, to
Yes.
go along with the movie, it was going to be this huge thing.
That's
yeah.
why you're here. That's why you're here because
I'll
we
only
knew
do
that
movies that have
about
video game
tie-ins.
tie-ins,
Yeah.
It was released for the Commodore 64, Amiga, ZX Spectrum, and Atari, as well as the NES and Game Boy. And it's like, by the way, what kid is going like, I love the movie, I want to play the game.
I want to. And what is it? Wait, in the game, do you
Activate
rob
singing.
things?
According to-
Let me rob Vatican.
according here, you play as Hawk and you must steal the Storza and the Codex from the auction house and the Vatican, respectively.
Wow.
Then Castle Da Vinci has to be infiltrated in order to steal the mirrored crystal that needs to power the gold machine. On his journey, Hawk must face many oddball adversaries, including dachshunds that try to throw him off the roof of the auction house, janitors, photographers, killer nuns, and a tennis player, presumably Darwin Mayflower.
That is the really weird thing about this movie. Like, none of the theft is done with any grace or intelligence
No.
or strategy
No.
or like
No, like versus like an
choreography,
Ocean's
it's just-
11,
yeah, it's
so
where
great.
half of the movie is planning.
Which, by the way, is so
sexy.
satisfying
Yes.
to watch.
Amazing to watch. I love it.
This is like he wakes up in the suitcase day of, and they give him one tour of the Vatican.
Yeah.
and
he
they're
does
like,
see
"Oh, and
the
you're robbing it
postal
tonight."
Service, the
Yeah.
papal service.
And
Yeah.
there's no trial
And his
error.
list of things he needs are like olive oil, a bunch of stamps. Wait, what did he do with the stamps?
Oh, he mailed himself into the Vatican. Remember, he was in that big box.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, I want to. This is again.
Second time he got mailed.
Yes, this guy loves mailing
That's
himself.
like his fucking move.
liked it. He liked
likes
it.
I do want to bring up one of the things again why I couldn't figure out how long he's been in jail. He doesn't know what Nintendo is. I buy that.
He
but
hadn't seen E.T.
That's it.
Yeah.
I never
seen
saw
E.T..
E.T.
Because E.T. is what, 82?
Or maybe. All right. So E.T. came out in 82. Yes.
Okay,
So
so-
that works. Yeah. That works.
Yeah,
in
for
math.
10
10
years, for a
years.
10-year
All right.
stint.
Yeah. All right. There
But
you go.
still, I mean, if he's so great at doing this stuff, why didn't he break out of jail? That's number one.
Andie
Great
MacDowell is a nun.
Oh.
That happens in the. She is the romantic lead in the movie. She keeps flirting and going after him.
Oh.
3/4 of the way through the movie, it is revealed by virtue of a wardrobe change.
Yes. Yeah.
By putting her in a nun's habit that she is a nun.
Are they allowed to dress sexy on their off time?
Well,
didn't
I mean,
think that
she's
they
an
were.
under-
She's
she's
also undercover.
She's an undercover nun. She's
an
undercover. Guys,
Undercover.
fucking nailed it.
Make the poster. Make the poster. Undercover.
Undercover?
By the way, that is a movie. That is a
Why
movie.
has this not been done? We have to make Undercover.
Undercover.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
By the way, that
almost-
should
I almost want us to cut this out of the podcast so
Because
we.
It's brilliant. I'm
I need to
not
register
kidding.
this before
Jason,
Undercover. Oh God, I need to leave right now. I have to start writing.
Hey, she'll be in the habit of busting all the crimes.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
oh,
okay.
I like it.
That's okay.
Okay,
Wow,
we'll-
wow.
How about,
Wow, he
how
really
about
shot you down on that.
busting crimes is her habit.
Oh, I like that.
I mean, you just took my idea and moved it around a little bit.
You know
I
what?
get that. I get
you know
that.
what? You know what? You can control the video game. Undercover the video game.
That'll be a really sexy one.
Oh my God.
But by the way,
Undercover.
Undercover.
That
is
wow.
amazing.
That you
That's
know what?
amazing.
Those kind of moments they don't come along all the time.
No. Hey,
you have to
Jason,
really
congrats.
respect it.
Like,
Thanks.
By the way,
congrats.
I feel great.
I'm not a
I
lawyer.
feel great.
I'm not a lawyer, but if anyone
you're
writes
not a
that-
lawyer?
I'm not a lawyer.
Oh, okay,
But if
good.
anyone writes that, I think we can sue you. We have the basis.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you write that, you're
Timestamped.
Yes.
It's been timestamped.
Okay. She's a nun.
She's a nun who communicates through a talking light up Jesus.
Crucifix.
That thing scared
A
the shit out of me.
crucifix,
That
yeah.
really frightened
That
me.
was really
frightening.
weird.
Uncomfortable to look at.
Well, there's 4 organizations of secret people in this. There's
That's
like,
what's so confusing.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
know I did just get a flu shot today, so I watched it. I was a little out of it.
well,
I was very.
I also got the
confused.
same flu shot, and it did not temper my brain power. This is not
I was
a.
very confused about who was CIA.
Well, there's CIA, there's Vatican CIA.
Vatican CIA, yeah.
Then there's the other bad guys, but then
Mayflower.
The Mayflowers.
So I guess that's just three.
Well, and the problem really was that they, at various times,
Were
were
together.
teaming up and or
Right.
double crossing
Against
each
each other, yeah.
So that was what was confusing to
Right,
me.
like Kit Kat was double crossing.
Who?
Kit Kat Caruso?
No.
Flowers.
No, the
No.
Mayflowers killed
What?
him.
Wait,
Yeah,
yeah.
Right, because he was.
Danny Aiello was double crossing, but
Yeah.
then he
No, I know
wasn't
that,
double
but I
crossing.
thought Kit Kat was.
Kit Kat himself?
These are words we're saying out loud.
Yeah, yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, by the
I
way.
thought Kit Kat was.
I thought Kit Kat was. They found out that he was double crossing the Mayflowers. The Mayflowers found that out.
No, the Mayflowers just
Why did they
decided
kill
to
him?
kill the CIA team.
Because-
they also shot the Butterfinger.
Oh, so they
boy, what am I
Snickers.
talking about?
Is
Yeah.
there-
Almond Joy.
Snickers, they killed Snickers. Like they decided, and then they say, "Why are you killing them?" And she says, "We're greedy" or something to that effect. More like she basically says, "We want it all for ourselves."
Okay.
Don't try to make sense of the plot because
Yeah.
I don't think that they even did that service. I
And
think
Kit
it's
Kat, his dying words written on a note were, "I always liked you." Shown to
She
Andie
had
MacDowell.
prepared, so I guess he knew he was.
He knew he was
Yeah.
gonna
And he
die.
was
not gonna
dressed
make it
as a
out.
statue.
Well, here's
Dressed as a statue.
That's not the way to go. You don't want to go
What?
out dressed as a
What
statue.
the fuck was that?
I once heard Bruce Willis in an interview say the reason why people like Die Hard is because of the New Jersey comedy.
What?
What?
Yes, he said the reason why people connect to that movie is because they like seeing a guy from New Jersey cracking wise.
Oh,
Like,
this is what happened. This is why we got this movie.
and this is why we got a movie where, like,
Yeah.
literally a guy gets his head cut off, and the line that Bruce Willis says
I know it.
is-
I know it. I guess we
know
won't
it
see him
too.
at the hat convention in July.
Yeah, guess we won't see that guy attending the hat convention in July. Like, and it's like, well,
Which
that's
makes
like,
me think there is a real hat convention that
And,
takes
like,
By the
place
way,
in
it
July.
would not surprise me if Bruce Willis was a guy who goes to
Yeah.
hat conventions.
By the way, come on, this is a guy losing his head. There's a million jokes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I guess he lost his head.
Well,
You
there's
know,
also one where he says, how's my driving? 1-800.
Oh,
I'm gonna
that's the
fuck
line I
that
was
up."
just
That's
trying
my
to look
favorite
for.
scene.
Amazing.
That was
scene is amazing.
He says, wait a second. He says that line.
Bruce Willis is,
right after a car pulls up next to him. Bruce Willis.
yes, this is my favorite line.
Bruce Willis has fallen out of. He's in
An
an
ambulance.
ambulance,
Connected only
he's
by a
on
long
a
sheet.
gurney on wheels, connected by a bed sheet to the ambulance, going over the bridge, maybe
Yeah.
Bridge, yeah.
the Verrazano Bridge, or like a big New York bridge. Anyway. And it's careening all over the place, and a convertible pulls up next to him, and some pretty girls go, "Hey, mister, are you gonna die?" Like, that's what they say, like, so, like, and it's crazy.
Like, it's crazy. This
But,
man
like,
is bleeding from a, from
And
an ambulance.
this is you are going to watch someone die, and
Yeah.
then
Then
he says the line you just said. How am I driving? 1-800. I'm gonna die.
Right, yeah.
And then also
And then he goes to a toll booth.
Well, also
and pulls
this-
that exact change.
The exact change. The cigarette that a woman tosses out of her window.
Oh my
she
God, yes.
catches and says, "Oh, menthol."
Yep.
Yes.
Great
Are you
joke.
kidding me?
Great
But you-
joke.
This is my favorite scene in the movie.
And that is my favorite scene. And then there's all these, like, I guess, like, to me, it's like, all right, I buy that scene because that scene at least felt like it was tonally
They made a choice.
appropriate.
Yeah.
But the rest of the movie doesn't go that way. But then you have these moments where it's like you pass by some security guards and he's like, hey, can you believe it? There's so many Wongs in the phone book.
my
And he
God.
goes, oh, it's so many Wong numbers.
And then he goes, look up
chin.
that's it.
Like, it's like these are like jokes like that people make at a cigar club, and like everyone's like, yeah, that's funny. Like, and it's like, oh yeah, well, when they're eating pasta in Italy, they put it in a thermos. Yeah.
What the hell was that?
Here's a
about?
joke.
Disgusting,
Here's a
really.
joke that I wasn't clear on what was the point of this. When James Coburn, who's the bad guy CIA agent,
Yes.
so he's all mad and he goes, he said he's something. I can't remember what he says, but then he goes, "We blow up space shuttles for breakfast."
Yeah.
I was like, "Whoa, man!
I'm gonna use that one.
Hey,
actually.
man, that's not
was
cool.
That was too soon.
Too soon, bro. Like, what are you talking about? So wait, you guys blew up the space shuttle?
Yeah,
That's true. That's only been at that point a couple of years
That's
since
I'm looking right
Kristen
now.
McCullough.
That
and
was
Challenger.
that was in
What?
1986. So that was like only 5 years, 5 or 6
Way
years
too
old there.
soon.
Never
Yeah.
Guys, too soon.
Way
For this
too
movie.
soon.
Not cool.
Not cool, guys. Although I do like that line.
It's a good line. I did think that was a bold one. I mentioned in the opening, Bruce Willis does have 5 earrings,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like a pirate, which was a very interesting choice. I thought that
He can't get a cup of coffee to save his life.
that
Cappuccino.
is that is
That is
the-
a real running gag.
all he wants is a cappuccino. So again, making the character super accessible. He's a safe cracker with a heart of gold who only wants a cappuccino, but he gets pulled into an elaborate alchemy plot and
does.
things.
Sorry.
Please go ahead.
Sorry. Go, please continue.
no.
I was looking at my notes and I just saw something.
I want to talk about the relationship between him and Andie MacDowell. 2 scenes in particular. One, Andie MacDowell's genuine like amusement at this guy. Like he flies off of a building, lands in a chair. Again, I buy the Looney Tunes aspect of that. Coughs out feathers, like full on, like
Like he's a clown.
like he's a clown. And Andie MacDowell sits there like it's
Charmed.
and charmed.
And
Like,
they're there for like all of a guy comes up and he goes, "What do you want?" And he goes, "Sir, I'm the waiter." And
Yeah.
he goes, "Okay, I guess you are." And they order and he wants ketchup for his pasta.
well, that's the
Yes,
other thing
that's
too.
the thing.
There's a thing about like Italian food being bad. Like it's like I want ketchup for like. No. You're in Italy and you're Italian and you're from New Jersey. Like
Yep.
this
You
shouldn't.
should- yeah, this-
you should be
this should
liking
be
this.
wonderful for
And
you.
you've been in jail for 10 years.
And you want a cappuccino. You have a refined taste. You don't want ketchup. Like
also ketchup
Yeah.
and a cappuccino. You can't want both things.
Yeah, and then cut to not Kit Kat, but Butterfinger, the big doofy guy who's like,
He just wants French
steak
fries."
burger,
Yeah.
give me a steak.
Okay, the one joke I really laughed at with Butterfingers was when he was in the back of the car. I think they're not
Oh,
speaking
yeah.
out the restaurant, but someplace, and he's saying something, and the guy in front of him goes, "Here, just read a book.
Read your book.
Read your book." And then he starts reading a children's book.
He starts reading green eggs and ham.
Yeah.
He starts eating
I
green
did
eggs and ham,
laugh
and
out loud,
they go to
genuinely.
yourself. Yeah, he's like, I felt bad for him.
Yeah, I felt
Yeah,
bad. for
he
him
was
too.
a
Pretty
real
brutalized.
dummy.
He was
was
a
a real
real
dummy.
dummy.
Just for for the fans of the show, I think this is interesting to mention that the screenplay was How Did This Get Made? All-Star Mashup. It was written by Steven D'Souza, who wrote Street Fighter
Amazing.
and Judge Dredd. And also co-written by Daniel Waters, who wrote Demolition Man and Batman Returns.
Oh my God.
So
Wow.
these guys were
Heavy hitters.
Yeah, really heavy hitters.
Anyone else notice that at the Vatican in the postal subway there was a cross that had been packaged and was just behind them at one point when Andie MacDowell is walking through the subway?
No.
There's a giant like a crucifix that's just in brown like UPS packaging.
So
Awesome.
weird. Well, how else are you going to
By the
move them? I mean, I guess.
so.
How else do you move across?
So.
I guess now that we know that Andie MacDowell is a nun, I can answer this question. But Andie MacDowell gives him a shirtless,
rub.
a shirtless
I wrote that
massage. Yeah, and like he goes to kiss.
I
and
thought
she's
this
like-
was post-coital. I thought
Yeah,
they
it
had
seemed
sex,
like
it. Really
and they were in bed
confusing.
because he's I guess just shirtless, and she's rubbing his back and asking about his tattoos, blah blah blah, and she is wearing all of her clothes.
Every
Yes.
single
And
one.
I was like, are they done? What is?
and they
this?
go
Never
to
got started.
and they go to kiss, and she goes, "I can't do this."
Yeah.
Wait. But you can give a guy a shirtless back. I mean, it was very sexual, and
Yeah.
then but now we
What
know why.
I'm confused about is what exactly her plan was. Like, what was she
She was
trying?
seducing him.
She already knew what he was going to do.
She wanted to stop him from stealing the codex because they need to
But
protect
did
it. So
she ever really try to do that?
No.
well,
Not
no,
at all.
I mean,
Yeah, she was trying to get close to him to figure out his plan, but then she realized he was just being used.
He's a nice guy.
Because the Vatican thought he was the threat,
Right, but he was being forced to do this or he'd go back to jail.
Or they'd kill his Danny Aiello, etc.
It was actually supposed to be Isabella Rossellini in that role, by
Yes,
the way.
it was.
That was
What
something I
role?
read. And Andie MacDowell.
Oh.
Yes.
She was
Because
just gonna
she's
be
like
Italian.
a Southern girl. Like, Andie
Yeah.
MacDowell is like not an Italian. She's
And-
gorgeous.
No, that
Looks
makes
She was
gorgeous
actually
in
the
movie.
third choice. It was Isabella Rossellini was originally cast, and then they recast Marusha Detmers, but then she had to leave because she had back problems. And then they brought in Andie MacDowell. Now, I will bring up this one disturbing moment. I don't know if any of you caught it, but the Butterfinger, the big, messy, that guy, goes...
Oh, I
I know what you're
exactly
gonna say.
what you're talking about.
There's a moment where they're like spying on them, and they're trying to come up with what their plan is, and he writes, "Should we rape them?"
He says, okay.
Or
Why do we have
roughly
to do
that.
this? Why do we have to do
he
this in
says
movies?
He says it out loud.
Early 90s, why do we have
Can
to
I
do
ask
this in
you, this
movies?
is right
That
when,
was-
this is when they then say, read your book.
Yes.
It's the
You're
same
right,
scene.
it's the same
It's the
scene.
same scene. Now, okay. I really struggled with this because I was
Did
like,
you?
did he
Even though
really
I
just
laughed
say,
hard
Yes.
a second
did he
later.
really just say,
Yeah, just
should I rape her?
Yes.
No, them.
Them. He did say them.
Them.
So that's helpful. That makes me
It's,
feel better.
That he would. He's
Does it?
yeah. He's a monster. He will
He's an
rape
equal
anything.
opportunity
Yes, he will rape anybody.
I'm willing to bet he's saying something else, but that we heard. Is it possible
Oh,
No.
that it got dubbed?
that
No,
he's
no,
saying
no, no,
like, yeah?
What else could he have said that that's the better version?
I don't know.
No, he
because
did- no, he
This is
definitely
I
for
said
couldn't
it.
make
If we
heads
all
or
heard it-
tails out
if
of
we
that.
all
Tell
heard
you
it.
what it was. It was just a heightening. Like, this guy is a complete animal. Like,
Even though he's reading a
he's-
children's book.
And was
Yes,
and
but
so
he's
like the
just-
idea being like our next move here strategically might be just me raping them.
Because I mean,
I
For
think,
what
By the
purpose?
way,
There is
I
no
think this is a
purpose.
question he asks a lot.
Yeah,
So,
that's
and you
true.
think that-
Every mission.
all right,
There's so much.
let's get into our villains because Richard E. Grant and Sandra Bullock, sorry, not Bullock, Sandra Bernhard.
Really swinging for the fences.
Yeah, let's play a clip of them. You can get a sense of what their performances are like.
This isn't a fantasy. It is a reality.
Oh, yes! If Da Vinci was alive today, he'd be eating microwave sushi naked in the back of a Cadillac with the both of us.
Is it safe on the set?
So that's a little sense of what they are: bombastic, crazy characters playing tennis indoors. That's how you show people are crazy.
absolutely.
They and I don't again know exactly what their plan is, but it's to control the world. They
World domination,
Yes,
he says.
world domination. Richard E. Grant did write in his book with Nails that this movie was just replotted during the actual days of filming.
Wow.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes. So, I mean, any thoughts on these people? I mean,
I like their dog
I
a lot.
enjoyed
I
them.
enjoyed their performances. I really enjoyed Sandra Bernhard.
Amazing.
So good.
I really, really
Both
did.
of them-
I couldn't take my eyes off of
Both
her.
of them I thought were terrific. Like they were just
Yeah, they
chewing
deliver
the scenery.
I feel like they were also on tone. Like they were like,
Yeah.
okay, this is what it is.
It's as if in Dan Aykroyd terrible movie.
Nothing but
Nothing
trouble.
but
Nothing but
That's-
trouble.
yeah.
The Brazilians were the villains of the movie. Like
Oh,
that's what it's
yes.
like. Remember the Brazilians?
Yes,
the
yes.
brother and
Yeah.
sister. Like they were those type. Like they were just like incredibly bombastic
Sexual,
characters.
weirdly
yeah,
sexual.
weirdly sexual. Like like really weirdos, and I enjoyed it.
Me too.
Yeah.
I thought that they are the saving
What I
grace.
didn't enjoy was that dog.
The dog was. I didn't like the dog rooting around and Bruce Willis's crotch. I was like, come on, do we really?
And then the fact that they threw the dog out the window at the end.
Well, the
No,
dog
they-
was
they-
trying to attack Andie MacDowell. What are you going to do?
Yeah, they
are
and
you
it
gonna
was
do?
the dog had it coming. To be honest,
The dog was evil. At the end, you could tell the dog wanted. The dog seemed actually more evil than either of its owners.
Well, that's I was gonna say. Did anybody else think that the dog was the boss of them?
Yes.
Like they were just
Yes.
probably
God.
doing the dog's bidding.
They are like the son of
Exactly.
Sam.
I love that first time you see Sandra
Like he was the
Bernhard.
big evil.
Yeah, he's the big guy. That she's just singing, "I've got the power."
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
like
That was good.
tone.
Sitting
I loved
on a
it.
conference table. Wait,
could've watched
what
that
was
scene.
what was that a conference table of? Because there was a small
Different-
Indian boy
A lot of
as
ethnicities.
part of
A lot of ethnicities happening.
Like
don't
were
know,
they
I
like
thought it
the
was
was this the like the Legion of Doom or something like? Were they all bad guys?
They were all
I
like
think so.
they were working for a company. Like their company was at M Corporation or whatever.
Yeah, but that's like one one of them was a child. One of the people at that table was a child.
You don't get it, Jason. You don't get the comedy of it. It's funny.
You're right.
That's not like some Temple of Doom stuff. Like,
know what?
The Maharaja guy. Yeah.
I think you need to hear Bruce Willis explain why you don't get the jokes here. Can you play that clip of Bruce Willis talking about this movie? There's a
Oh, jeez.
There's a half-an-hour interview about Bruce Willis defending this movie on YouTube in 3 parts. You just Bruce Willis talks Hudson Hawk. You'll find it. Here we go. Here's a clip.
You know, looking at how it kind of became this cult film,
All right.
and what people, come up and say to me on the street about it is
Take your time, Bruce.
they dig the fact that it was making fun of itself and that it was satire. And I don't think anybody got that when it came out. They didn't know what to make of it. Me and Danny Aiello singing in a movie was just unheard of, and they were.
Is that satire? Is that considered satire?
About it or something. Like they were mad that we were trying to make them laugh.
He's Tommy
And that's
was
all we're
sewing
trying
this.
to do. We're just
This
trying
is
Rewriting history.
This is
here.
riveting.
to put jokes in there.
It's amazing. The interview itself is amazing, but blaming people for not getting satire, but then hearing him to say that satire is
There's
him
no
and
way.
Danny Aiello singing that's not satire. I don't understand.
He made this earnestly. He didn't make this.
Oh no,
as
he
like
thought this was gonna be fucking
Indiana Jones.
He thought this was gonna be like
his James Bond or his Man Flint or
I think
Austin Powers.
I think
or
he was
whatever.
like, this is gonna be Die Hard plus.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the action and the adventure of Die Hard, but with better jokes
know. New Jersey
and
humor.
more like
Some of the jokes though
swashbuckle.
are so slapstick.
Just by the way,
Yes.
just if you're wondering what the definition of satire is, I will tell you that.
Oh, hello.
The use of humor to ridicule, expose, or criticize people's stupidity of vices, particularly in the context of contemporary politics.
I've actually never heard that definition.
So that, I mean, so I don't know if that movie falls into that. The Alchemy.
No.
He really took down the Alchemy committee. The movie's original catchphrase was catch the excitement, catch the adventure, catch the hawk. But when they realized it wasn't really an action movie, they changed it for the home video release, which was catch the excitement, catch the laughter, catch the hawk.
That's very telling. They knew. They were like, we got to figure out some other way to package this thing. This is not working out.
Bruce Willis does not. Bruce Willis gets so defensive on this movie when you hear he goes, people criticize this movie. I have so much money. I could just sit by a lake and skip stones. What do I care? Like, it's like that's his response. That's funny to me. His response is like, no, we tried something. He's like, fuck you. I don't need it. I don't need you to like anything. I'm rich.
I did this for me. I didn't even do this for you.
I'm rich as shit.
Which he is. I was looking at his IMDb. That man has been working forever.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
yeah.
has so much money.
So much money.
Yeah.
I do think probably this falls into the category that we are now, like, I hate to say it again, but toysing. I'll bring up toys again. I believe this to be a project that because of his power, box office power, Bruce Willis was able to get this movie made.
Oh, absolutely.
This was a passion project for Bruce Willis, not like he wrote this movie.
Yeah.
It is built for him.
With a budget of $70 million in 1991.
Wow.
It brought in a total of $17 million.
Which is that's some money. It didn't. Oh, I guess it. It definitely bombed.
I mean, this is one of those movies that is a bomb that you forget about. Like people talk about Ishtar, but they don't talk about Hudson Hawk. I mean, and I was excited. I remember seeing this and knowing that Bruce Willis is in a movie. I was like, oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be,
and
like,
it looked
action.
awesome.
Yeah,
this was an era when between Die Hard and Indiana Jones, but also like a time when Romancing the Stone was a big movie to me.
Yeah,
that movie.
And that movie is amazing. Like a real adventure romance.
Yeah. Oh, it's
and
so
this
fun.
had that, that's why I went to a date. I took a date to this because it looked like it was going to be awesome the way Romancing the Stone was.
Yeah.
And instead it was worse than Romancing the Stone 2. Jewel of the Nile.
Oh, I like Jewel of the Nile.
We haven't even talked about Andie MacDowell's Dolphin.
I was just going to say that. The
my
Dolphin sounds
gosh.
were amazing. I remember looking away for a minute and then looking back at the movie and going, wait, what is she doing?
What is
Why
she
was
doing? She was
why
doing
was
voices. She was doing shtick. She was like, they were like, they double crossed her or whatever. And then she was like, you think I'm a damsel in distress. And then she goes, I can't pay the rent. You must pay the rent. I can't pay the rent. And started doing Dolphin noises.
Was she trying to intimidate them or
she was
freak them
just
out?
trying to show them that she wasn't scared of them,
Okay.
I think, was the bit. She
was,
could do bits.
No.
Very
She was
strange.
under some sort of drug, right? But the drug
No,
was
that's
too.
what they were saying, that she must still be coming off of the
I thought
But she
paralyzing
was.
drug.
Yeah, but that wasn't.
No, that
was
had to
not
be
a
it.
side effect of the drug because Bruce Willis and Danny Aiello had never.
Well, they were being just as
experienced that.
silly as they always
Hey.
are. Come
well,
on.
they're guys from New Jersey. By the
Just
way,
a couple of paisans.
they
By
also.
the way, to see Andie MacDowell do those dolphin noises, I mean, I didn't know what to do.
So
with
you
it.
were won over by that performance, the dolphin noises.
I didn't know she had that in her.
Let me ask you a question. Isabella Rossellini, could she have done those dolphin noises?
That's a great question.
That's
Yeah.
a great question.
She would have sold it a bit more.
I
Yeah,
think
maybe.
so.
I mean, like
I
Blue
think so.
Velvet era Isabella
Yeah,
Rossellini.
By the
think
way,
so.
I know we already talked about it, but I'm going to say it again. She plays an Italian nun?
Italian.
Yeah.
nun.
That's crazy. I didn't even really put that all together. There's
But she's
Wait,
American.
No.
She's
She's
American.
Not playing Italian.
She's not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's American.
But she
I'm
should
sure,
be
I'm sure
Italian,
if,
right?
Yes, she should be
Sure,
Italian.
but
I'm sure if
she's
Isabella
not.
Rossellini had played it, she would have been
Yes.
Italian. A native
Yeah, that would have
Italian.
made sense. We want to talk about Frank Stallone, who was part of the
God.
Mario Brothers. The Mario Brothers, amazing. Frank Stallone. Give it up for Frank Stallone.
So much
more
clapping.
claps, more claps.
This is like when they play the old Howard Stern tapes and everybody's clapping for no good
Yeah.
reason.
I like a good clap.
They make some subtle digs at Stallone, too.
Yeah.
Sly Stallone.
Yeah.
We have a clip of that. We just play a clip of Frank Stallone. There's a quick one here.
There's a safe on the 7th floor. You take their thingy and you put it in this thing.
Directions even your brother could understand.
Oh, shots fired.
slammed. Little did he know that they'd be opening a Planet Hollywood just months later.
Go straight.
Oh, wait, but he's talking about the brother that's sitting right next to him.
But
Yeah,
we
but
all
everybody knows.
know
We all
what
know
he's
what
Interesting.
the-
Okay.
By the way, the beginning of the movie, like he's going to eat drink a cappuccino, and a guy pulls out a gun in the middle of a crowded restaurant, shoots the cappuccino glass. No one moves.
No one
blank.
no one moves.
And he's
The
out there
bullet-
with the gun.
Yeah,
not hidden.
The bullet, the gun has a silencer.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like, pew, but like it's a crowded bar, and nobody flinches. Nobody seems to notice.
And then Danny Aiello hits a guy on the head with a wine bottle. A few minutes later, it shatters, and two people look over.
Yeah.
This is where this.
It's a
movie-
weird bar that
You know
they
what?
own.
Fuck this movie.
Obviously, we had an opinion about this movie, but there are certain people who have a better opinion. Now it's time for 5-star reviews from Amazon.
Second opinions, they're not your first, but they're gonna be a second.
These are 5-star reviews. You guys can comment on these as you see fit. Here we go. This is titled "For a True Movie Fan." I've probably watched this movie round 100 times, and I can practically quote
round
it
100 times.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an apostrophe before round?
Yes.
Okay.
I think my mom wrote this review.
Around 100 times and can practically quote it from start to finish. I certainly wouldn't have done that if this movie was bad.
Oh my god.
5 stars.
Oh my god.
So
By the way,
basically,
I do agree with you, Jason. Though, like the apostrophe.
What's the point?
What's
It's
the point?
one letter.
It's one letter.
One.
You've
letter.
already done it.
Taking the place of that
Of the-
apostrophe.
yeah.
There is the
That's what we
same
say.
number of characters
Yes.
in that word.
Yeah.
yes. Here's another one. Boom.
And the colloquialism of it, that's not the casualness of it.
Yes.
is it doesn't matter. That word doesn't matter. And I know I'm sure I used colloquialism wrong, so everybody shut the fuck up.
Oh, they're gonna get you.
Everybody-
They're gonna
Everyone
get
Everybody
you.
relax.
You're gonna get you.
Stop saying I look like Da Vinci.
This one is titled "Boom." Side by side. Boom. You'll be rolling on the floor laughing, but be careful and not die laughing too hard.
Okay.
What?
Did Danny Aiello write that? I think
That
he might
was
have.
a
That's terrible.
5-star review.
I have had some experiences with side by sides. I just want to say that.
Bruce
about
is
it.
a riot.
I'm worried about it.
This is what I get. This is a lot of the Hudson Hawk reviews attack critics for being bad. So this one goes, I think movie reviewers underappreciate a good comedy. Most are stuffy, overweight, undereducated film study dorks.
Uh-oh.
I agree with that.
I agree with the first sentence
I mean,
of that for sure. Yeah, they don't appreciate comedies.
Appreciate comedies.
Yeah.
Who are these critics? Who cares? These are the same critics that think that Gandhi is one of the best things to happen to film, which just goes to show you what they know. This movie's about fun and entertainment, and not meant to be scrutinized, analyzed, or otherwise-ized. Watch and enjoy. 5 stars.
Oh, I love that guy.
And this is my favorite review of all time by Yellow Defender. I thought the storyline was great. It was a little boring, but it kept me on my toes. My favorite parts were when the dog Bunny goes flying out the window, and when Bruce gets out of jail and throws the key into the mop thing, and he adjusts his hat. He had me try cappuccino too, and it's pretty good. I think this is one of Bruce's best movies, even if he doesn't think so.
So he turned him on to cappuccinos.
That's huge.
Wait, one of
By
his
the way-
favorite parts was the hat?
When he adjusts that, this is like also like again another like non-joke joke. Like Bruce Willis like steals a guy's keys and then tosses his keys in a dirty mop bucket. He's like, "Hey," just like adjusts
cool
the hat.
guy.
It's like cool.
It's a non-moment.
It's a non-moment moment, but it's but it's also like he's so cool. Hudson Hawk is so cool.
That's what I think this guy was responding to. Like he does that to his hat. He drinks cappuccinos. Like
He
this
throws
is
dogs out
cool
of a
guy.
window.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like he definitely appeals to like I want to hang out and have a beer with that guy, you know?
Which he does that in his other movies that are better also.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
This movie is terrible. He's great in a million movies.
Die Hard, are you kidding me?
We think that Danny Aiello has died in this movie, only to realize that he has come back, and we want to just play the Danny Aiello's comeback moment. Here we go.
No way! Yes way! Did I miss anything? Did you miss anything? You're supposed to be all crashed up at the bottom of the hill. Airbags, can you fucking believe it?
You're supposed to be blown up into fiery chunks of flesh.
Sprinkler system set up in the back. Can you fucking believe it? Yeah, that's probably what happened.
Drink your cappuccino.
Hey, drink your coffee.
He gets his cappuccino.
Oh, thank God.
And a moment before he gets his girl to play Nintendo with him, she agrees to play Nintendo with him.
They play the Hudson Hawk game. Danny Aiello pulls up to that scene riding a donkey.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just want to say
Yeah.
he is just riding the donkey into town because they have also just flown in Da Vinci's original flying machine,
Which still works
It
and was
absolutely
not
still works.
updated at all.
what?
Yeah. It's
Oh.
amazing. I love that scene of them, the two of them, like just having a blast. I like to think of that day of filming that they
It
were
was a
like,
good time.
all right, just get on my back. We're gonna go ahead and
like fun.
But
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's the one thing I do feel like the two
It
of them
did
were
look like fun.
But there's a scene in the movie where they just both grab their balls when they hear an explosion, like oh,
Yeah.
like it's like I feel like they're like, yeah, we'll do this and this is good.
little
It's like
moments. Yeah.
Or how about like when they're hanging off the side of a castle? They've somehow he and Danny Aiello have scaled a castle. They are hanging off the edge. They're luring the guards to come so they can punch them out. And Bruce Willis goes, "Hey, how do I look?" And he goes, "What are we gonna do that right now? With this right now? No, I just want to know. How do I look? What are you talking about? We're scared. We're hanging off the edge of a castle here. What are you asking me? How do I look?" And then the guards come up and they're like, "Punch, punch. You look pretty good. You look pretty good." That's the kind of bullshit this movie is full of.
It's like if the guys who hung around Tony Soprano wrote a movie. That
This is
what you
Christopher's movie.
Yeah, this is
This is Christopher.
movie.
If you told me Christopher Moltisanti wrote this movie, I would be like, okay, I get it, and it's not that bad.
Then also they make a lot about the one thing I want to say just before we wrap up too, and if you have any final points, but they make a big deal about Danny Aiello being fat.
I was about to say that too.
He's not that fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in
Both
there.
of them, neither. Well, here's the thing: Bruce Willis, his figure is also not the slender figure of like a thief or a cat burglar. Like
That's
he's
true.
not. He's
Slinky.
not
Yeah.
graceful or
Just for
slinky
the
or-
listeners, June is doing cat-like motions with her hands,
Like a
like
the
a
kneading.
cat burglar.
cat, like
Yeah.
rear.
I'm gonna rob you. Meow.
Guess what? You consider yourself robbed.
You'd be a great cat
Would you
burglar.
like to
That's
be
the
in
thing.
Undercover as a cat burglar
I
that
would be
robs
so
a
honored.
You know
church?
what? You know what?
Jason,
I'm gonna need to see you in the
table it
habit.
for now.
I'm
Okay,
gonna need
great.
to see you
And
in the
I'm happy
habit.
to
Well,
do
no,
that.
she's
I'm
the
happy to
burglar.
do
She's
that.
the enemy.
Oh,
'Cause she's the
God.
cat
Because that's
burglar.
right.
Oh no, but the nun has to go undercover.
There's some-
As a cat
as a
burglar?
cat
Yeah,
burglar.
there's a
Well,
lot
I
of
like
double
this.
crosses.
Undercover.
A lot of double
Or
crosses.
is it a cat burglar that goes undercover as a nun? Guys,
This is amazing.
I want to assure everybody this will be
That's a
not even
franchise.
remotely similar to Sister Act.
Not even a
No,
little
Not
please.
bit.
even remotely similar.
It'll have
won't be in a
moments
school
of
at all.
It'll have moments of miscongeniality, I think, in thematic.
Possibly.
What's the basic
Maybe the
premise
second
of
one.
Sister Act?
Sister Act is she witnesses a murder and has to go hide out in a
Undercover.
convent.
She's a soul singer.
Will it be anything like
Right,
nuns?
that is all about
And
like,
then she-
getting the convent to sing. And
Yes,
all of
exactly,
that stuff.
exactly.
Will
This
it
is
be anything like
totally
Nuns on the
different.
Run?
No, it won't be like Nuns on the
Who's
Run.
in Nuns on the Run?
Irish guy and somebody else.
Irish guy,
Okay,
Irish
good,
guy,
good.
and the other one.
Yes,
Yeah.
that one. I'm sorry. Yeah, I couldn't think of it.
Irish guy and the other one.
Yeah, Eric Idle and Robbie Coltrane.
That's right.
What? Any final thoughts? Anybody have any final thoughts? Would you? Yeah.
Go see it. 5 stars.
Yeah, would you guys
stars
see it? Would you?
indeed.
I would recommend you should watch it. Maybe,
It's a
yeah.
fun party movie. I
Yeah.
think it's a fun party movie. If you
It's
have people
crazy
over.
enough. There's crazy enough moments in
There's
it.
watch it, but be willing to fast forward.
Absolutely.
You know, because who cares?
It is
but
definitely.
definitely watch all the Richard E. Grant, Sandra Bernhard stuff.
Oh, my
because
gosh.
that
Yeah.
shit's awesome.
And I will say, I watched most of it, but the 3-part interview series with Bruce Willis and Robert Kraft as they sit around. And Bruce Willis just goes into getting very defensive about the movie, explaining the movie, and talking about the song. They play the song, they sing the song. It's a 3-part thing on YouTube. Bruce Willis talks Hudson Hawk. I think you will enjoy it.
I think I won't.
I think you will love it. So, all right. So, just once again, Emily, your podcast is on the Nerdist channel.
Yes.
They can get it. The Indoor Kids. It's you and Kamal. It's awesome. I've done it. It's great. You should do the Hudson Hawk game. Maybe we should do a
Oh, that's actually a good
crossover.
idea.
That would be
Crossover
fun.
episode. I gotta track
Have
it
you guys
down
ever
somehow.
done the movie to video game? Like,
We have done it, and actually that one didn't come up in the episode that we did, but we did a lot of like the like Godzilla games that have come out, like a lot of like the ET one.
That new
obviously.
Godzilla trailer is fucking awesome.
Oh, it
I
looks
haven't
amazing.
seen it yet. I'm
Looks
pretty
really good.
excited.
Fucking awesome.
I'm saving it.
It's just like Oppenheimer talking about like
It's really neat.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, cool.
If you are looking at pictures of me from this podcast, you'll notice I have a mustache. It's because I just came from the Arsenio Hall show where I just played Arsenio Paul. That happened already, but I'm sure you can find me as Arsenio Paul on Arsenio Hall's website or anywhere else. So definitely check that out. You can follow me at Paul Scheer on Twitter. Oh, and what are you?
I'm at the Dynamite.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
I'm at Miss MS June Diane.
Jason. Just checking in on your Twitter.
Yeah. No, not on Twitter, guys.
Okay, great.
Not
Still not on Twitter.
on Twitter.
You know what? It's good. You probably have more time to do stuff in your day.
So much time, so much jerking off.
Just
Undercover.
I gotta write an undercover now. Thank God I'm not on Twitter.
Undercover.
Thank God I'm not on Twitter because now I have time to write an undercover. So I do actually want to plug
Yes.
my upcoming film project, Undercover. Because by the time this airs, I suspect I will have
We'll have a
already sold it.
Kickstarter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Oh, maybe
So
look
you're
on
thinking it's
Kickstarter. Maybe I should Kickstarter an undercover.
I would get behind it. I would tweet that link out.
And you should you should get the Twitter account for an undercover. I'm sure nobody's.
Yeah,
thinking
get this. By the website,
I gotta get it before
go
this,
to
before this comes
squarespace.com,
out.
set up your website.
I gotta do all this before this episode drops. Shit.
You got some time. And also a big thanks to everyone who helps us out here at the show. Our lead engineer, Frank Capello. Thank you so much, Frank. You're always amazing. And our clip puller, who's always suggesting great stuff, Avril Halley. And Nate Kiley, who's doing all of our research. He's amazing. And the fantastic Katie Dyer, who does our Twitter account. You can follow us on Twitter always at HDTGM. She also does our Facebook page. Leanna Waldron does all of our cool art. Check us out in the Earwolf store. We got cups. We got new shirts. Do it. Guys, we did it. Hudson Hawk. We caught the adventure. We caught the hawk.
We caught
Love
the
it.
laughter for sure.
Thank you so much for joining us, Emily. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
How to discriminate.